Oh, is it a dirigible?
All this football talk. All right, so next up we have, so the New York schools are instituting a new program where all the schools will be teaching computer science as an elective class for middle school and high schoolers. This is a plan to roll out over the next 10 years. And Mayor Bill de Blasio is the one who's kind of spearheading this effort. So what are you guys' thoughts?
Why is it an elective?
It's an elective because it's not a requirement to graduate.
I know, I'm saying why isn't it a requirement?
Well, it's because it's like, there's all, well, why should it be a requirement? That's the question.
Why is geometry a requirement? Haven't used that since I got out of high school.
Hey, you hung up these TVs. You used some sort of geometry to, like, figure out the angle.
I did not write out a proof to figure out the angle.
I know,
I literally just used a measuring tape and a level. Why don't they teach construction? Here, here's how you hang a shelf. Here's how you install a door. I'd rather kids be learning about
shop.
Right? I'd rather kids be learning about how our government works and how to survive and how to balance a textbook and do your taxes. And I think that's really important. I think computer science in this day and age is really important. I think world history is really important. I think there's a lot of things that are on the curriculum that aren't so important. I'm sorry, but earth science is not something you need to take 4 times before you get to high school. Once and done.
And then again in high school for a semester.
And then also, if you go to college, sometimes it's a GE.
Right. It's like, I'm sorry, I know that talc is the least resistance rock out there. I know it. It's fine. I don't need to scratch more nails against it to figure it out every year.
Sorry, guys.
You know, but if we're going to go ahead, John.
You're not going to be in the middle of a job and your boss is going to be like, hey, for you to get this promotion, you got to answer a science question. What are you talking about? We work in the department for, like, computers. No, you got to know, man.
Which is harder? A penny or a diamond?
And I mean, I understand on one hand why he's trying to push this. In LA, we have the opposite problem where they remove arts programs. So, I mean,
good point.
You know, I get it, and especially I think wanting to try to be ahead of the curve for the next 2 or 3 generations. But to make it a requirement, I'm not 100% sold.
I kind of disagree with you. I think
it should be an option for sure.
I think it should be a requirement. You know why? Because we're moving in an era of technology where it's almost hand in hand with what you do. If you're nursing, you need to know some type of computer operational system. Whatever you do, if you flip burgers, you work the cash register, it's a technology device a component that's comprised with your job. So tech is always incorporated with everyday job. So for it to not be implemented in school or not, broadbanded in the way that they're trying to do, I think it's a disservice to the youth. I think the youth gets an opportunity to get ahead of it.